Hello and welcome back to That's Football. This is the watch-along for Denmark versus France. Now, it's Denmark versus France, and as you can see, the studio suggests that. We've got the teams up there. The timer will be for Denmark versus France. I will be watching it. But at the same time, Australia versus Peru is on, which is a bit unfortunate because Mark can't do these streams at this time. At 7 o'clock, we will both be doing a stream each, so we've got that covered. But for this game, it's just me watching both games, trying to keep an eye on both. So I will be watching the Denmark-France game and covering that game more heavily than the other. But I will keep an eye on Australia versus Peru. Now, this group is still in the balance. We know France are through with 6 points. Denmark are on 4, Australia are on 1 point, and Peru are on 0. So France are through and Peru are out. But if Denmark lose today against France, they'll finish the group on 4 points. If Australia beat Peru today, they'll finish the group on 4 points. Obviously, it then goes down to goal difference. Denmark have +1 goal difference. Australia have a -1 goal difference. So it's really tight. Obviously, for it to go down to goal difference, France need to win and Australia need to win. But imagine, I mean, I'm so excited. It's going to be a very, very tense 2 hours stream, hour and 45, however long we're live for. I hope everyone is well, of course. Like I said, I'll be covering both games today. If you are rooting for Australia to go through, you might not be very happy with what I'm about to tell you, because basically, Didier Deschamps has made a few changes. I think it's like 6 changes. So I'll go through the teams now. Steve Mandanda comes in for Hugo Lloris. Hernandez at left back. Kimpembe comes in for Umtiti. Varane remains starting, and then Sidibe comes in for Pavard at right back. Kante is part of the midfield too, but not with Pogba as he was in the last game, but with Steven Nzonzi, which, you know, make your mind up what you think about that. Thomas Lemar comes in on the left. Ousmane Dembele comes in on the right, and Griezmann and Giroud stay the same. So he's made changes with Mandanda, Kimpembe, Sidibe, Nzonzi, Lemar and Dembele. 7 changes from the last game. Significant changes. Now, you can look at this 2 ways, right? 1, they're through. Why not, give them a rest, give some other players a few go, give other players a go, and see where you go. You're through. Or 2, your main side hasn't really, or Didier Deschamps, his main side, starting 11, hasn't set the world alight as of yet. It's not been fantastic. So why would you change them? Why would you not give that starting 11 the opportunity to really gain a bit of momentum going in to the knockout rounds? He's changed it. Another aspect you can look at it is, well, these players that really want to play in the next game, they're going to have to smash it. They're going to want to play in the next game, and they're going to try and fight for their place. So they're going to give everything. It might add a bit of fire, not only to their performances, but to the performances of the people who've been left out. There's a really complex situation that we've got at the moment. I hope everyone is well. I want to know what you guys think about the lineups and Didier Deschamps changing the lineups. Guys, if I'm a little bit all over the place, it's because I am a little bit all over the place. I've got the game on there, the Peru-Australia game coming up on here, the lineups, you guys to talk to. I'm all over the place, so we will settle down. That's why I've gone live a little bit earlier than I do usually, to just sort of settle in a little bit. But, yeah, Pogba better than Nzonzi, I'd agree so as well. Denmark will play to France's strengths, counter-attack 3-1, maybe 4. Wow. I mean, I'm not, I'll be honest, I'm not expecting France to lose. I don't expect Denmark to win at all. I think, like I said, this French team, yes, it is changed, although it's hardly weaker, isn't it? I mean, you've brought in some fantastic players there. So it's hardly weaker, and that just shows the strength and depth France do have. But even if it is slightly weaker, this French side, it shouldn't necessarily put in a worse performance, because like I said, these players that have come in for this game today are going to want to, set the world alight so they can start in the round of 16 in the next game, So, yeah. That's what, so it might not be weak. I just see France winning, to be honest. I think they've got far too much quality for Denmark. The Denmark team is the same as usual, pretty much. Eriksen's in there, Christensen's in there, Schmeichel's in there. Sisto is in there as well. So, yeah, nothing really to worry about for them. And then hopefully the Australia game will work up on here. Hopefully the Wi-Fi will hold up as well, because I've got my TV running through Wi-Fi. I've got this on the iPlayer, and I'm streaming as well. It looks like it's okay, but you know, let's see how it goes. Where is Mark at? Mate, to be fair, I always think, have you not been watching the streams? Like, I've been here throughout the whole World Cup, but I guess when new people join from last night from Mark's stream, they don't know who I am. Basically, mate, if you guys are new to the stream, my name's Sander. Welcome. I hope, you know, I don't piss you off too much. I'm going to be here every day at 3 o'clock covering the 3 o'clock games, both of them, and then I'm going to be there here at 7 o'clock as well, covering just one game, and Mark will do the other. So we'll have 2 streams live at once for the 7 PM games. But Mark can't do these games, so I'm covering these games today and going forward for the next week or so. Yes. Thank you, Kenneth. Kenneth is sort of bigging me up. Sander, prediction time. My predictions. Guys, get in the comments as well. As per usual, these streams are all about you guys. So get in the comments. Give me your predictions. Who do you think is going to win? I want for both games, not just for this game. I know the title is Denmark-France. I know the studio is Denmark-France. But it's a bit of a dual watch-along. It's going to be difficult for me to keep up, but I'm going to try. Yes, so getting your predictions. For me, today, I'm going to go with a 3-0 Denmark win and a 2-1 Australia win. That would mean, so they would be on Denmark would be on -2 goal difference. That would see Australia go through. That would see Australia go through. If it was 3-0 France and 2-1 Australia, that would see Australia go through to the knockout rounds. This group as well, guys, I'll say it and I'll say it again. I'm quite all over the place. I've got a lot to say. This group as well is not like some other groups where, you know, if you finish first, you're playing Portugal. If you finish second, you're playing Spain. They're both brilliant sides. It doesn't necessarily matter. This really, really does. Because if you finish second, you're playing Croatia. If you finish first, you're playing Argentina, who have been awful, Nigeria or Iceland. So there's a big difference in Croatia and those 3 other teams. So yeah, it really matters to finish first. So France will be desperate to finish first, because if Denmark win today, God forbid, but if Denmark win today, they go top of the group. They go top of the group by 1 point. So, you know, anything's possible. 3-1 France is Nathan Cooper. 3-1 France. Dean says 3-1 France, 2-1 Peru. That would mean, so if it was 3-1 France, 2-1 Peru, it would mean Denmark would be on that -1 goal difference, and, oh no, Peru wins, so then Australia wouldn't go through anyway. I don't see Peru winning today, lads. I don't know why. Maybe that's just me being naive, and maybe that's me being sort of wishful thinking, because I do back Australia, as many of you will know. But I just don't see Peru winning. I don't know why. I just believe in the Aussies. Come on, Aussies. I'm hoping. My dream scenario is Denmark get battered 4-0, Australia win 1-0, and then Australia go through, and then we'll just have some mad scenes. That would be brilliant for me. Oh, God. Right, hopefully this is the Australia-Peru game. Lads, this is so hectic for me. I'm trying my best. The national anthems are happening on the pitch for Denmark versus France. That doesn't look like Denmark versus France. That is Denmark versus France. And hopefully this is Australia versus Peru. It is Australia versus Peru. Okay, cool. Guys, get involved as well. We're trying to hit 39,400 subscribers today. The road to 40,000 subscribers is on. Could we hit it today? I doubt it, but you know, you never know. We've got essentially 3 streams today. So could we hit 40k today? I don't know. It's all down to you guys. So get involved, get subscribing. Don't have too many of you watching, but I'm sure you guys will trickle in as the stream progresses. So yeah, that's what, 56 of you to subscribe. It's doable today, isn't it? It's doable. So let's try and hit 39,400. Asensio sees Liverpool as inferior. I saw some rumours. I'm sure Mark will touch on that tomorrow at midday. Are we expecting a good game here? Let's hope all the players turn up and show what they are capable of. Well, Denmark will want to turn up because they're going to want to win, because they need to win to go through, or a draw would see them go through as well. France are going to want to turn up because they're going to want to finish first because you would rather play Argentina, Nigeria, Iceland than Croatia, who've been really good, haven't they? Not only that, but France will turn up because these players that are playing today don't usually start, meaning that they'll be raring to start for the next game. So if they put in a good performance today, they could start the next game. So that should give them some extra motivation. Australia, Peru. I mean, Peru don't really have too much to play for, but Australia, they're going to be raring to go because they obviously, if they win, they've got an opportunity to go through to the knockout round. So yeah, it's going to be a madness. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, this is the first time I'm doing this sort of dual watch-along type thing. So we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't work necessarily with watching the two games, then I'll just do one and then keep my eye on the other score tomorrow. That might work better. But we'll have to see how it goes, won't we? We'll have to see how it goes. Learning curve. It's the first time I'm doing this, so. France has two teams who can play at least in the last 8, mates. Love it or not. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. This is a sort of changed squad, and some would argue a weaker squad for France. But at the end of the day, you bring in Ousmane Dembele, 125 million. Like if he's your backup winger, then you're in luck. You know what I mean? So I'm having watering flame regularly. Oh my god, my dad's not here, and I haven't watered the plants. No, he's been gone for the last few days. France is pointless watching both games as the score will come up on the France game. Should I not watch the Australia game then, lads? Let me know. Do you want me to have the Australia game up and running to watch? Although I will be like a good 3 minutes behind you guys, so I will know when they score. Or should I just leave it, keep an eye on the scores, and just watch Denmark versus France like really intensely, rather than sort of try and watch both? Let me know what you guys think. You guys, like I always say, it's all about you. So whatever you guys want to see, you guys get. I saw the France manager as a douchebag. He's a bit of a... Yeah, he's not crazy. I'm going to be in and out this afternoon. Got to pick the kids up and take them to Brownies. No worries, Marcus. I saw your messages yesterday, by the way, about the moderating things. Just obviously I was live, so I couldn't react to them, but I saw them. I know it looked like I was being rude and not replying, but no, that's not the case. Watch the France game. Focus on Gizzy and Pogba. Enjoy Marcus. Should I just sack the Australia game then and just keep an eye on the score and then actually watch the other game? What do you guys reckon? France game. I can watch both of them. Like have one up here and have one up there, but I'm just maybe thinking it's maybe a bit too complicated for me to have this game up as well. Maybe it's just a bit pointless. I don't know. Get in the comments what you guys think, lads. We've got 156 of you watching, which, focus on this game and let us know important things that happen in the other game. Okay. I'll just keep this one up for the time being and then see how it goes, lads. I'll keep it. Yeah, I'll keep it up for the moment. I can watch both, but yeah, no. Signing of Danger Man to watch France and Denmark. I mean, it's very obvious. France main man is probably Griezmann, but you've got Dembele, Lemage, and Ruud going forward. They're all fantastic. Denmark, it's clearly Christian Eriksen. Christian Eriksen's the main man for them. So yeah, that's the player to watch out for Denmark. Go get the timer up, lads. Let me get ready. No, I'm always going to focus on Denmark-France. I'm just pondering over whether to just not watch at all the Australia game and just focus on solely on the Denmark-France game. I've got my finger on the timer, lads. Got a finger on the timer, ready for kick-off. We are about to kick off, lads. I'm about like 3 minutes behind live TV for Australia, so that's that. But come on, ref. And we've kicked off. There we go. We've kicked off in the Denmark versus France game. I've not kicked off yet on my Australia game, although it has kicked off in real life. So that's that. But I'll just keep an eye on that as we go on. But yeah. Here we go, lads. Here it is. These are the sort of games that are interesting. Obviously, yesterday we did Uruguay versus Russia, or at least half an hour of it. So, I mean, let's not talk about that. But I'm so happy we're back, lads. I'm so happy we're back. But yeah, Uruguay versus Russia that game was just important to see who finished first and second. Now, obviously, Saudi Arabia and Egypt were both out, so it was a bit irrelevant. Whereas today, we've got Denmark and France, and Australia versus Peru. It's just anyone can go. France are through, but Australia and Denmark, they're both playing in different games, and it's hectic. It's so important to watch both games and keep an eye on both games because it's massive, isn't it? It's absolutely massive. For the people that are just joining you, if Denmark lose today against France, they'll be on 4 points. If Australia beat Peru, they'll be on 4 points. It'll then go down to goal difference. Denmark are on +1 goal difference, and Australia are on -1 goal difference. So it really does matter how much Australia win by, how much Denmark lose by, if those results are the outcomes, if you will. The United States, how are we all doing? Hoping for a miracle for the Aussies. Well, mate, if you guys don't know, I've actually fallen in love with Australia. I watched them play versus France on here on the channel, and I just fell in love. Their resilience, their determination, their passion just lured me in. I bloody love those lots. So I'm with you, mate. I'm hoping for an Australia win. I still haven't kicked off in that Australia game, but I'll keep an eye on it. Mark, what do you reckon? Is it worth me actually having the Australia game up here and watching the Denmark-France game? Or should I just watch the Denmark-France game and then just monitor the scores for Australia-Peru? What do you reckon? Fantalimon. Come on, Denmark. Come on, Peru. That's a bit of a weird opinion, that, because that doesn't really do anything, does it? Although if Denmark win today, like I was saying earlier, it does actually matter. Of course, it always matters who finishes first and second in the group. But you know, if you're in England's group with Belgium, if you finish first or second, you're either playing Colombia, Poland, Senegal, not Poland, Colombia, Senegal or Japan. Now, those three teams are fairly evenly matched, so it doesn't necessarily matter if you finish first or second. But in this group, if you finish first, you're going to play... Or if you finish second, you're going to play Croatia. And now, Croatia have been fantastic this tournament so far. If you finish first, you're going to play a far, far weaker team than Croatia in Argentina, Nigeria or Iceland. So, yeah, it really does matter if you know where you come in this group. It's lumped forward by Denmark. Coming into the box here. Chance. He's not given a pen. I'm sure that'll go to VAR just to check it, but I don't think that was a penalty for me. I'm 1 minute 13 seconds into the Australia game, and obviously you guys can see my timer for this game, lads. So it's still 0-0 in the Australia versus Peru. No, he's just fallen over. Like, he's just falling over. That was not a penalty at all. He's just fallen over there. Good call there by the ref. Good call. Oh, that was just an air ball. It was, wasn't it? Guys, I'm aware that I'm about a minute or so behind, minute and a half behind you guys for Denmark versus France. I'm aware of that. That's why I've got the timer. So just pause your TV and sync up with me, as you can see I'm 4 minutes into the game. So don't worry about, oh, you're a minute and a half behind. It's boring watching you like that. Just pause your TV and sync up with me. It's simple as that. Pogba ain't playing, eh? Yes, Baron Death. Basically, if you guys are just joining new, if you're just joining in, France are playing a weak... I say a weakened side. They're playing a second side. It's hardly weakened, is it? I'll read it out again for you guys. It's basically Mandanda in goal, which is considerably less strong than Lloris. Sidibe at right back, who's a very decent right back. Hernandez, who's always been playing there. Kimpembe with Varane at centre back, so no Umtiti. Kante and Nzonzi, so no Pogba there. Lamar and Dembele on either wings. Lamar and Dembele, they're both ridiculously good players. And Antoine Griezmann and Olivier Giroud remain up front. So that's the case. That's the situation with that. Is France playing a 4-4-2? No, they're playing more of a 4-2-3, 4-2-3-1, mate. Let's get this sorted out. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Through here, Denmark. It's gone out for a corner. VAR needs to be capped, as in each game can use it once each half to stop the ref getting pressured on the pitch. I don't think that's a bad idea at all, mate. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. I'll just cock this up. I've lost the game on Australia-Peru. And Nzonzi ain't bad. He walked into Old Trafford and acted like he was a 90 million midfielder on that pitch. Yeah, he's not a bad player, mate. I've got a corner here for Denmark. Ball goes into the box. Headed away. I just need to faff about this quickly. I've lost the game because I was an idiot and tried to refresh it. Well, what's going wrong with Pogba is, as he is underperforming for both United and France, surely it can't be because of his midfield position. I don't think he's underperforming for France, if I'm honest. I think he was quite good for France, if I'm honest with you, mate. Won them the game against Australia and played very, very decently against Peru as well. So, yeah, I don't think he's underperforming for France. They're coming forward here. France are in the white today, by the way, lads. Sander, what do you think about Fellaini contract situation? If he stays at United, call me a fickle fan. Well, I'm actually the opposite of a fickle fan, to be honest. But oh, that's much better. If he stays at United, I will boo the bastard. I'm not joking, because he's got... Put it this way, right? He's been awful for 5 years. He's like a flipping fart in a lift. He just won't leave, okay? He lingers. All right, so he's been awful for 4 or 5 years. Then he's coming to the end of his contract. We've offered him numerous contracts. He's rejected it because he wants more money. He's then gone around prostituting himself around Europe, asking for contract, but no one will take his ridiculously high asking price in terms of wages. So then he's gone. Then he slagged the club off, Manchester United. Then, right, if it doesn't happen, if he stays at United, just because he's asking so much money, he's going to stay at United and we'll pay him 150 grand a week. Piss off, mate. You can stay as far away from my club as possible. And if you stay, I'm booing you, you bastard. So I'm at 7 minutes, 57 seconds into the game in this France game, as you can see. And then Australia versus Peru. I'm 7 minutes, coming up to 7 minutes, 30 seconds into the game. Both 0-0 as we speak, lads. But I'm so excited for this. Come on, Australia. Whip Peru 9-0 and Denmark get beat 3-0 and you're going through. It doesn't have to be that extreme, but... No vanilla Coke today, Santa. It's actually a Fanta Limon. A little Fanta Limon I've got for today. Obviously, you can see the... I need to watch this Denmark-France game a little bit more intensely, if I'm honest with you. Knocking it about Denmark. Pogba on the bench shows the Deschamps' view that he is a luxury player. Not only that, mate. No, it's not that. I think it's just get through, give a few players a rest, test out some other players that haven't necessarily had any game time as of yet. So obviously Lamar hasn't started, and Nzonzi likewise, Mandanda neither. So I think it's just giving a few other players a go, if I'm honest. In a bit, Marcus. Marcus, can you just message some of the other mods to get them on board? Because obviously if you're leaving, then we don't have a moderator, unless Jared's here or something like that. Come on. I'm actually quite a lot. I feel like Jeff Shreves. I feel like I'm covering the 3 o'clock games. I'm watching that game. I'm watching that game. You know, I'm talking to you guys in the comments. I've got to watch that game tactically. Watch this game a little bit tactically. Get your... It's a madness. It's a madness. But I'm trying my best, lads. I'm trying my best. Jadam snaps here. Oh, Jared's there. Okay, cool. There we go. And snaps here as well. That's nice. Last practice before elimination. Do yellow cards reset after this? I don't know. You guys will have to have a little, you know, worker bee moment and research that and try and find that out because I'm not aware and I don't have time to look it up and faff about, you know. I need a piss already. Yes. Peru on the ball at the moment, knocking it about quite nicely. France likewise. Sander, who is the main man at Australia? I don't know any from their team except the Brighton keeper. They've got, obviously, Tim Cahill's on the bench, 38 years of age. But they've also got Jedinak and a few other decent players as well. God. Guys, get in the comments. We've got 240 of you watching. Get sharing the video. We're trying to get 39,400 subscribers in this stream. Yeah, get sharing the video, lads. We're trying to get as many of you watching as possible. So, I am live here every single day at 3 PM and at 7 PM for the next week. And then, obviously, we go into the knockout stages where me and Mark will be doing all the games as well. So, yes, get sharing the video and just get other people involved. Brazil knows Pep. Nobody knows Man City. What? Elimination for France and get Arsene in to replace the clown. Mate, to be honest with you, Didier Deschamps is an absolute clown. He is a fool, isn't he? He's an absolute fool of a manager. He played, put it this way, he played Blaise Matuidi on the left wing the other day. On the left bloody wing. And he left Anthony Martial at home. You can't tell me Blaise Matuidi is a better left winger than Anthony Martial. You can criticise Martial all you want, but he's not worse than Matuidi on the left. Never. That Carrillo for Peru is having a bloody bark off with some of his colleagues. Sona, how are you doing? Would you want to win tonight, Nigeria, like me? Because I'm colonies of Argentina to get... Doesn't make much sense, that, to be honest with you, mate. But I just don't want to see Argentina go through. So I'll have to have a little think about the scenarios in order to make that happen. But I just don't want to see... I don't want to see Argentina go through, so... Knocking it about France. I think there was a chance there for Australia. Still 0-0 in Australia, Peru, Denmark, France likewise. Colombia can beat Belgium, believe. Yes. I think. Well, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? Thing is, though, lads, if Germany top their group and Brazil come... Now, if Brazil come first and Germany come second, which they will if Mexico win their next game against Sweden... We've got Brazil versus Germany in one of the round of 16 games, which is going to be absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Brazil versus Germany in the round of 16 in the World Cup would be bloody amazing, wouldn't it? France knocking it about. Fairly settled down, to be fair. Not been too many chances, but it's been a good game. It's been a good first, 13, 14 minutes of these two games at the moment. Yeah, Brazil versus Germany. Serbia will lose against Brazil. Let's hope so. It can also be France versus Argentina. That would be a madness. That would be a madness, wouldn't it? What's that? No, it can't be. Oh, it can be, actually. Oh, my God, it bloody can be. They're coming forward. That's a foul! Ref! That's a penalty! That's a penalty. VAR. France should have had a penalty. Am I the only one that thinks that's a penalty or what? Am I the only one that thinks that's a bloody penalty? Actually, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. In possession-wise, in the other game, it's 56. Australia have had 56% of the ball. So there you go. Okay, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe it wasn't a penalty. Maybe it wasn't a penalty. Lucas said Australia are playing well. They've had more of the ball, so I hope so. Yeah, maybe it wasn't a penalty. I don't know. Coming forward here, Australia. Oh, they are playing well. It was a pen, wasn't it? It was. Well, I don't know, but maybe it wasn't as blatant and I was making it out. But I thought it looked quite penalty-y. What do you guys reckon? Pen or no pen? Ball into the box here for France from a corner. Bang. Headed, but a bit wide for the Frenchman. Don't even know. How's the weather there, mate? I don't know. I haven't been outside, but it's probably about 35 degrees, mate. Bailey Cross says not a pen. LM says not a pen. Fair enough. It was Varane up there, but couldn't direct the header on goalwards. Argentina qualifying is undeserved. They will make Spain drawing against Morocco look like a win. I just hope Iceland can get through, mate, if I'm honest. I'm hoping Iceland can get through. That should have been a penalty for France. I think it was near. It wasn't blatant, but it could have been given. It would have been soft, but it could have been given. Daniel says, I don't think it was because the player was falling down before there was contact. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Oh, Jesus Christmas. France on the ball at the moment, spreading it wide. Crazy amount of penalties this cup. Yeah, it has been. It's because down to VAR, isn't it? Because usually some get given, some get missed by the ref. Some, sometimes he misses something. But in this now VAR, every single tiny foul in the box gets penalised and gets given as a penalty, isn't it? So, Sana, what would you prefer? World Cup every year? No, I like it every 4 years. It adds to the special nature of it, doesn't it? If it was every year, it'd be a bit. It's just. Coming forward here, Denmark. Come on, France. I usually support the underdog in the game, which would usually be Denmark, wouldn't it? But I want France to win today because obviously I want Australia to win and therefore go through. So, that's how it is. Peru go forwards. Going forward here, Peru. Knocking it about. France coming forward. Oh, shit! Ah, no. Is that Carrillo? Peru have scored, by the way, lads. I looked back and then I got it in the corner of my eye. I got it. It was a volley. I think it was quite a good goal, to be fair, for them. Bloody nightmare. Oh, that's so annoying. That is so annoying. Well, I did go over 2-1 Australian win, but that puts Australia now down on -2 goal difference. It was onside, I think. But Peru have gone 1-0 up, which means that, well, regardless of what happens in this game, both these teams are going through if it stays the same as it is in the Peru-Australia game. It was a good bloody goal as well. It was a ball into the box and he just hit it on the volley. It was a wonderful goal. And I have been banging on about Carrillo for the last, ever since I first saw Peru play. So, fair play to him. It's just annoying because I really wanted to see Australia to go through. I really like Australia, but, there's still time. It's only 18 minutes in the game, so there's still time. Fellaini's third leg says, I wouldn't mind Griezmann getting injured, to be fair. Jesus. I don't really wish injury on anyone apart from maybe a few Manchester City players some point last season in the watch-alongs. Yes, as we speak, France are on 7 points, Denmark are on 5, Peru are on 3, and Australia are on 1. That's a madness, isn't it? They didn't receive for offside. It was clearly offside. I think it was onside, to be honest with you. Wasn't it onside? I thought that was onside. Viva Peru, wanting any player to get injured. Sorry, man, but you're a piece of crap, joking or not. Yeah. I just felt last season, at some points, De Bruyne may have been better on the injury list for City. Jesus Christ. Baby, do you don't like it? Baby, take it on the floor. I know you like it, take it on lento. What's the most boring team to watch? That's a good question. I've seen a few bad games. It's got to be between Poland and Uruguay, hasn't it? Poland and Uruguay have been up there the most snorable games, haven't they? Actually, no. What was the worst game? It was Uruguay-Saudi Arabia, wasn't it? It was Uruguay-Saudi Arabia. That was the worst game of the whole tournament. Honestly, it was so bad. But Australia are coming forward here. Header! Over the bar. Over the bar. Good. I think Australia have been better in this game than Peru have, to be honest. And France have probably dominated Denmark a little bit, I think. Uruguay were just absolute dog shite, weren't they? Pogba's in the same position as Mourinho, 1 season to prove the doubters wrong. You guys forget as well, right? What the hell has I just done? I think people forget as well. Pogba's I think he's coming up to 26 now. I always think, Pogba's a young, he will be amazing. He'll be a world class midfielder, but he's coming up to the point where it's like now or never for Pogba. Australia barely scrapped it past Syria in the Asian qualifiers. Difficult to expect much out of them. I thought they did well against France and Denmark, to be honest with you. Uruguay got 9 points somehow. Mate, I tell you what, Uruguay are the most bloody boring team to watch I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Honestly, that Uruguay-Saudi Arabia game, I'd rather have watched paint dry. No word of a lie. Ball into the box here for Denmark, sorry. Coming forward. Can you imagine Peru won and Denmark won? Both results that we wouldn't have expected. Guys, get in the comments. I hope you guys are enjoying this stream. I'm trying my best to cover both the Australia-Peru game, the Denmark-France game, and talk to you guys in the comments. I hope I'm doing the best job I possibly can. I'm trying my best. Put it that way. Yeah, I know, Kenneth. I know, mate. I know, but I just answered for myself because I sort of wish that. Is that not a penalty for Denmark in the box? Can that go to VAR? Can that not go to VAR? Because he did go down a bit easily. I don't know. Uruguay vs Portugal is going to be a great matchup. Yeah, it would be good, wouldn't it? I think we've got so many good round of 16 games coming up. Hopefully Brazil, Germany. I think France, Argentina might be one as well. Portugal, Uruguay, like you say. So many bloody good games coming up, and we'll be doing them all on this channel, so get involved and get excited, is what I'll say. Pogba should follow Martial out of United. Amazed anyone would leave Juventus. Don't know what you're on about, mate. Australia won't go down without a fight. Tim Cale's full of it, mate. I just really want Australia to win 2-1 and Denmark to get beat 3-0. That's my dream. That's my absolute dream. And then I'll just go mental if that happens. Do you think Russia can beat Spain? Nah. Russia won't beat Spain, mate. They won't beat. Yes, they're the home nation, and yes, they've played well in the World Cup so far, but they got beat 3-0 by Uruguay. Well, I know they got a red card, but still, they got beat 3-0. And yeah, they beat Saudi Arabia and Egypt comfortably, but so would anyone else, to be honest with you, mate. So, yeah, Russia won't beat Spain, no. They're coming forward here, France. That's a handball, ref! Or not. This is what I like when playing footy. I just call things in the hope that the ref will give it. Is Cahill playing? No, he's not actually. He's on the bench, mate. Sainsbury's on the pitch for Australia. Which is interesting. Spain has the quality still to scrape past teams like Russia, no matter how poor they get. Yeah. Spain will be alright. Spain will be alright. Cahir, is that right? I thought it was just because he wanted to give him a game, but maybe Cahir is saying that Pogba isn't playing because he has a yellow card and they don't want to get him suspended for the next game, which is what happened to Golovin yesterday. Yeah, that might be the case, mate, but it also might be the case that they're just trying to rest him and rotate the team a little bit. Although, thing is with that midfield that France got out at the moment, Kante and Nzonzi, there's no attacking, there's no creativity in that, Whereas with Pogba and Kante, you've got creativity. That's a good ball to the left-hand side here. They're coming forward here, France. Into the box, but Denmark get rid. Jared's been literally talking about this low-fat guy for the whole stream so far. Just non-stop conversation. Fair play to him. I like that. You guys in the comments talking to each other. It's decent. I enjoy it. It's a good community you've got going on there, isn't it? Do yellow cards count after the group, though? Yeah, I presume so, mate. I presume so. I presume so. Guys, get sharing the video. I'm trying to hit 39,400 subscribers this stream. We don't have too many of you watching. We had about 400 people watching at one point, and then it just dropped straight back down, halved in numbers. But yeah, guys, get sharing the video and get other people involved, to be honest, because we are live here with every single World Cup game. And it's just a good laugh, isn't it, in the comments? It's a fantastic community you've got going on. So, you know, get involved. You got a free kick here, France. Come on, put a ball. Stick that just on the edge of the 6-yard box, Lamar. He has done. Denmark get rid. Sends it out for a French corner. Sign a Champions League every year, a World Cup every year if you had the choice. Champions League every year. No doubt about it, mate. No doubt about it. Australia are screwed. It doesn't look good, does it? It doesn't. This is a reasonable City fan. Definitely. Well, I saw you said Skype in. We do the Skype shows. Definitely, mate. You're welcome. You know, you're as welcome as anybody else here. I know there's a lot of United fans in the comments, and we've got some other fans as well. But, you know, City fans, whoever you support, you're as welcome as anyone else. So, yeah, get involved. Australia knocking it about. Slip him in! Oh, he could have slipped him in there. Oh, there's a chance there for Australia, to be fair. They're doing all right, Australia. They're doing okay. They're definitely doing okay. Should have slipped him in. Should have slipped him in. Look, just there. Nightmare. Australia are doing well. Australia are doing well, if people are asking. They are 1-0 down, but they're doing okay. They've got a corner. I think the France-Denmark game has been fairly dominated by France. It's been a bit of not a fantastic game. The Australia-Peru game has been more interesting. Come on, put a good ball in, Australia. Come on. Yeah, there you go. France have had like 65% of the ball, which is ridiculous, isn't it? Just massively dominated this game so far. Australia put a ball into the box. Keeper collects it for Peru. Australia needs 3 goals. They can't win. If it stays like, well, at the moment, well, obviously they need to win. Basically, if it stays like this, if Denmark-France stays like this, then they can't win. They can't go through because Denmark need to lose. Oh, big chance there for Denmark, to be fair. Massive chance there. Denmark could have gone 1-0 up. Now, that would have... then you've got, as an Australia fan, you've got everything going against you. Not only are France losing, but you're losing as well in Australia. Coming forward here, Français coming forward. Knocking it about, slip him in. Good opportunity. Knocking it about. I'm keeping an eye on both games, lads. It's a madness. VAR. No, there's no VAR at the moment, mate. I think the keeper touched that. I didn't think that was a penalty shout, to be honest. I didn't think that personally, but you guys might have. Is Mark doing Australia watch-along? No, mate, I'm doing the Australia watch-along and the Denmark-France watch-along. And And then tonight, we will be... I think I'm doing Iceland's Croatia, and Mark's doing Nigeria, Argentina. So I presume I'll have about 3 viewers, and Mark will have 1,400 or something like that. Was that a pen? No, that's not a penalty. That's not a penalty for me, to be honest. I don't think that's a penalty at all. Not for me. The keeper got there. Decent. It wasn't a penalty for me. Which game you said you were holding tonight? I've got Iceland, Croatia, and Mark's got Nigeria or Argentina, which is probably going to be the better game, to be honest. But you know, which team are you with, Denmark or France? Because I want Australia to go through, so therefore I usually go for the underdog. So usually, if it was a standalone game, I'd go for Denmark to win, but as I want Australia to go through, I'm backing Australia in their game against Peru as we speak, and then I want Denmark to lose. So I want France to win this game in order to give Australia more of a chance to go through, or a chance to go through, if that makes sense. It's sad, but I don't see Iceland beating Croatia. Nah, me neither, bud. Me neither. I don't see it happening. I think Argentina will go through. Go on, Australia are smashing the game against Peru. They're the better side as we talk. They are the better side, definitely. I was offside, but Australia have been the better side in the other game, and I think France have just dominated this game so heavily. Also, the good thing about this is, like, today, obviously, we've got 2 games that matter and 2 interesting games, so therefore I'm watching Peru, Australia, and Denmark, France. But when, like yesterday, there's Saudi Arabia or Egypt, where both of them are out, if Mark could do these streams, one of us would have to do that game, and no one wants to watch that game, so, you know, there you go. It sort of works out well. Knocking it about France. That is literally all I've talked about, isn't it? Knocking it about France. Shot close there by France, to be fair. It wasn't overly amazing a shot, to be honest, for me, but I think Kasper Schmeichel had it covered. It was a shot by Ousmane Dembele. They've just dominated possession, haven't they, France? I think they must be on like 70% possession now. Hence why I keep just saying, knocking it about, France. They're just knocking it about at this point. Knocking it about, because they have just been knocking it about. Whereas Australia-Peru has been a very open game, to be honest. I mean, I keep my eye on it, like I said. I'm mainly watching the Denmark-France game, but I'm keeping my eye on Peru-Australia, and that has been a superior game. It's been exciting, to say the least. Australia getting chances, Peru scoring a great goal as well, so... Can you and Mark be on at the same time once? What is in... Well, when we hit 40,000 subscribers, which could be any time soon, we will do a joint watch along where we'll be on literally at the same time on the same stream. Whereas tonight we're both going to be on at the same time, but doing separate streams. So I'll be doing Iceland, Nigeria, Iceland, Croatia, and Mark will be doing Nigeria, Argentina. Coming forward here, oh my God! Oh, how have Australia not put that in the back of the net? Australia are absolutely smashing that game. How they're not at least drawing this game, I have no idea. How have they not scored that? That should be 1-1 at least for Australia there. Oh, dearie me. Ah, that should be 1-1 at least. Happy birthday, Pankaj's sister. Yeah, Australia are not being clinical at all, are they? So this game, this Denmark-France game has been a bit of a bore, but this Australia-Peru game has been bloody brilliant. Aaron Moy is another danger man for Australia. He's standing over the corner here. Puts a ball into the box. Ah. Goes wide. Oh, mate, that's not a penalty. This France game has been a bit boring, hasn't it? It has been a bit boring. I know you know you. Oh, dear me. Deary me. I don't know whether that was Mark or Drawsy, I don't know, but it just mugged me off, and then that's football account. Yeah, soon Sander will have 1,000 plus viewers. We've got to get 800 more to do that, mate. It's really frustrating because I do so many of these streams and then never get anywhere near what Mark gets, which is a bit annoying, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. That's what will please answer my question. Who wins Colombia or Senegal? I think Colombia will win that, to be honest with you, mate. I think Colombia will win that. Sander, who is Australia's striker? I don't know, but I can look it up for you. Australia's striker is... Uric. It's Uric, mate. Uric. Japan and Colombia will go through. I think that's the way it looks. It's that group's wide open as well, so that would be an interesting ones to watch, won't it? Australia need to put another striker on, a finisher like Cahill. I'd like to see Cahill get on. Obviously, it could be it would be his last ever game. It would be his last ever game for Australia in a major tournament because he's about 38 now, so that will be his last game. So, yeah, definitely would like to see him get on and win Australia the game. That'd be fantastic. Just come on, France, spank Denmark. France have been bloody boring. France have been boring, lads. I'll put it that way. France have been boring. But this Australia-Peru game has been interesting. Sander, have you ever cut your hair? Yeah. I've not cut it for a year and a half, so I had really short hair. Like, if you look at old United Stand videos of me, I literally had shades on the sides all the way up. France is boring as their manager is. It's not been a great game. They've just dominated the ball, knocked it about. Denmark haven't really had much of a say, and France haven't created much, to be honest. That is the be all and end all of it as we speak. 38 minutes into the game. Saying that though, Denmark are coming forward, but they get rid. And France Peru it's been good. I think Australia have dominated the game. There are a few clear cut chances that it should have put in the back of the net. Peru with a fantastic goal. It's Carrillo, the one that I've been talking about the whole World Cup for Peru. But shot there by Griezmann, but didn't really trouble Kasper Schmeichel. Schmeichel. Denmark 1-0 at half-time, France 3-1 at full-time. Come on, you Frenchies, make it happen. I just want to see France smash Denmark by a good few goals, and then Australia beat Peru by a good few goals, and then Australia go through. That'd be bloody brilliant. Aussie. Oi. Oh, I just want him to win, mate, so bad. I just love him. Underdogs are performing. Underdogs performing and big teams have been poor and boring. I think this could be the World Cup where the underdog wins. The thing is, though, saying that, like, the underdogs have been performing, yes, but the big teams have, yes, they've been boring, but they've still been scraping the wins. They've been scraping the wins, which has been so frustrating to see. And And before, when we were doing our preview, if you go back and watch me and Mark's World Cup preview, you'll see him say, something I don't want to see is the big teams playing poorly, but just scraping wins and then sort of knocking all the smaller teams out. And that's the way it has been, really, isn't it? It's been frustrating. But Australia have got a free kick here on the edge of the box. The ball goes in. It's a good ball. How they're not winning, I don't know. France going forward as well with a cross, but that gets cleared as well. Look at this France. He puts a ball into the box, and how he doesn't score, how he doesn't at least get that header on target, I don't know. It's awful, awful. They've not been clinical at all. How is Deschamps still in charge of this team? He's going to waste a great French generation. Who was that? Harry Ballbag. Harry Ballbag was that with the comment, and he's actually smashed it. Yeah, this French generation is absolutely brilliant, isn't it? If you look at the strength and depth, it's unbelievable. But how Deschamps is still in charge, I don't know. I don't know how he's still in charge there, lads. Watching that Peru game. Then Peru are coming forward, but Australia can counter-attack now, or not. Peru have won it back. Peru diving again. Mark, it's really fun, but there are different bars for different teams here. So if you want to root with people for a specific game, then you can go to a different bar. I know what you're on about. Harry Ballbag, what a name. Definitely, mate. Laurent Blanc for France manager. Mate, if I'm honest, Anvesh, anyone for France manager, to be honest. For the France has just been awful. Absolutely awful. Sander looking like a ghost. Do I look like a ghost? I don't know why. I'm not that pale, am I? Sander, your volume control is broken. Is it? Didn't know that, mate. I'm getting my mic, by the way, lads. I'm getting my mic. I'm going to order it after this stream. I just need to put in my address on Amazon and things like that. It's a nightmare doing that because it's all in Spanish and I can't read it. So I'm a bit bamboozled when trying to order that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm going to get my mic. So no more of this. This will no longer be there. And then I'll just have a mic sort of just there. And yeah, I'm excited for that, lads. Hopefully, well, definitely will be a better audio quality. So that's all positive, isn't it? All positive. Lads, we're trying to hit 39,400. It's been a bit of a slow burner subscriber-wise, this stream. Can we get sharing the video, get about 350 of you watching, and hopefully hit 39,400 subscribers today? That'd be brilliant if we could do that. Sign of thoughts on Arsenal transfer business so far. It's sort of just been... They're in here, France. Shoot over the bar. What a mess. Giroud should put that in the back of the net, shouldn't he? He should put that in the back of the net. It was a chance. It just came back out to him. He's offside as well. But yeah, he should have scored that, definitely. Yeah, it was offside. Good call by the linesman. But what I was going to say was... I forgot what I was going to say. Arsenal transfer business. I think Arsenal have done okay. I think they've done okay. Leno's been it's going to be a good signing. Liechtensteiner will be a good signing. Torreira should be decent as well. So save the money on the mic, update the internet. What you don't understand is, Jared, thanks for the donation, bud, but what you don't understand is I'm streaming in 720p, got that running on Wi-Fi, got that game running on Wi-Fi, that game running on Wi-Fi, and got the comments up and all the other things running in the house with Wi-Fi. So it's really good Wi-Fi. I've actually got 300 megabytes per second download and about 40 upload speed, megabytes per second. So it's a madness. It's a madness Wi-Fi, but it's just really unreliable. It spikes like mad. It spikes like mad. So you could be at 300 megabytes per second upload speed, and then that afternoon you'll be on 10. And then like 1 megabyte per second upload speed, so you can't stream at that point, you know. So it's not that. And then the audio visual delay is just to do with my laptop and CPU usage. So if someone gets a mic, will he be louder when someone scores? Where are you watching the game? Well, I'm watching it in Madrid, mate. But shot there by France over the bar. Almost half-time in both games, lads. Obviously, they've obviously started at the same time, so they'll be around the same. They'll finish at the same time as well. But yeah, no, I won't be louder for the celebrations. If anything, it'll be nicer on your earphones because it'll be less scratchy. And so when I like go nuts, it'll be more like clear, if you know what I mean. Is Salah better than Neymar? Never, mate. Never. Never. There's 2 minutes of stoppage time in this game. I don't know how much in the Peru-Australia game, but obviously I'm a little bit behind on there. I'm coming up to 45 minutes in that game now. 45 minutes, 33 seconds in this game. So, how are you wearing a jumper in Madrid? Because I've got the air conditioning on. Simple as that, mate. It's not like I'm outside. 1 minute of added time in that other game as well. So there you go. I really, really hate France. Jared, how come you hate France, mate? How come you hate France or the French national side? Why? I don't. They've been quite boring to watch today, to be honest. They've been quite boring to watch. They haven't been a good, attractive first half for them. That Peru-Australia game has been good, but this game's been a bit boring. Most boring game so far, 2018, Uruguay versus Saudi Arabia, mate. Tana, do you have holidays in England? I sometimes go to England to see my girlfriend, yeah, but I'm actually not going on summer holiday this year because I'm committed to that's football. So I've given up my whole summer for it, and hopefully it will be rewarded with more of you getting involved, I guess. Chance there for Denmark for corner, but can they counter-attack here? 10 seconds left of this half. Can Griezmann counter-attack? He's coming forward. Slip him! That's a foul, and that'll be half-time. Yellow card, that should be. It is going to be a yellow card, but I don't think they should really progress after that. The Australia-Peru game has hit half-time. This game has still got, I think it'll be 10 seconds left. So I'm just arrived, mate. What's the score predictions? My score predictions are, My initial score predictions were, what did I say? I can't remember what I said. I think I said 3-0 France, 2-1 Australia. That hasn't quite happened yet, has it? That hasn't quite happened. Australia 1-0 down against Peru, and France is 0-0 against Denmark. So, I don't know. I'm probably just going to go with a 0-0 France-Denmark from what I've seen so far, and I'm going to go with a 1-1 in France, in Australia-Peru, because I think that game has been quite evenly matched, and this game's just been dull, and I reckon it will be just a 0-0, if I'm honest. Let's stop the timer. Griezmann is looking dangerous. Mate, he's been boring, I tell you that. He's been absolutely just boring. Jared, do you want to call in, mate? Or Marcus, if you're watching the game, you can do. Yeah, Jared, do you want to call in for half-time? I'll just open up my Skype. Let me know, mate. Do you want to call in? Nice one. Get him on. And also then I can go for a wee as well. There will be a bit of lag. Well, no, it's all right now. Come on, Gerardinho. Jared, call in, mate, and then I'll get you on. I'll get you on, Jared. But yeah, it's been a good half, lads. Here he is. It's been a good half, lads. I think my half-time summary for both games, like I said, it's been a dull game in France-Denmark. France have just dominated. Been a bit boring. No real creativity from them, if I'm honest. Australia versus Peru. It's been a tight game. Australia should at least have 1 or 2 goals. A few clear-cut chances for them. But Peru find themselves 1-0 up. Whether you think that's fair or not, you'll have to wait and see. But yes. Hello, Jared. How you doing, mate?
How are we doing?
Wait, I need to change something. Hang on. Now you should be working. Speak.
You hear me?
Yeah, there you go, mate. There you go. Okay, so well, talk to me, mate. I'm actually gonna go for a piss, mate. But if you could just give me your half-time summary for France-Denmark, and just give me some of your opinions about France. I know you're quite strongly opinionated on that. I'm just gonna go for a wee. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, I just think it's embarrassing. Maybe I'm wrong, but France has probably one of the most talented rosters that's been put together. And unlike Argentina, who can't play as a team at all, France seemed to have considered that playing as a team, boring, dull football with the players they have is the best way to win. And it's like, why do I want a team with unbelievable talent like Pogba, Griezmann, Lamar? Their whole team is Umtiti. Everyone is a dynamic player, and yet we're watching them long ball to Giroud for 45 minutes a game. I'll tell you this also, for a gambler, do not gamble on France. Guaranteed loss every time. So, I don't know. I think you look at it, you see a team like Denmark putting up a game against France. Australia put up a game against France. I think that if France plays Argentina, you're going to get a shock result, and I think Argentina will knock them out.
So, I'm back now, mate. But just give me a quick, what did you say so I can sort of react to it?
Oh, Donna, very funny. Jared, who are the USA playing in the World Cup next? Well, they're playing no one. But I can't stand them. I can't stand it. I watch United every week, and I feel like I watched France.
Yeah.
And it's Mourinho, at least he's doing it for a specific reason. There is no logical reason why this team should be playing like this. They should be decimating teams.
Yeah.
And it's not like Denmark is so good. They have Eriksen. You could literally man-mark him out of the game and still decimate the team. But again, I just think that you put France against a team like Argentina, and there is a very good shot that Messi could have a good game and beat them.
Really?
Yeah, because they're boring. They grind out results. But the problem is they haven't played anyone extremely talented. So the problem is they get used to being able to grind out results, not work hard, and then as a result, when they go to these games that they have to, they forget how to play football.
Yeah. I think France would beat Argentina, to be honest with you, mate. I do think France beat Argentina. Purely because, like I keep saying, Argentina's defence is about as useful as balls in a dildo. But, I just don't rate Argentina whatsoever. But I would agree with you in the sense that France have been really poor, and they have been boring to watch today. What do you think that's down to? Why do you think they haven't been smashing teams like you're saying? Why have they been a boring watch?
Because they have a jackass coaching them. So the problem is Deschamps is one of the worst coaches I've ever seen. You look at Mourinho, and you can at least say he's won things. So we have to tolerate what he does to us. But Deschamps has won nothing. He's an embarrassment, and he somehow has swindled the French team into continuing to keep him on when there's substantially better people out there who could do the job with this team. So I think that he will be removed after this World Cup. I think that they will replace him with someone. I don't think Zidane will get the job, but I think they will have an exciting manager. But that comment that somebody said that their French team is being wasted, I agree with. I think that when you don't get talent like this all the time. You get them once in a blue moon, and this is a perfect team to win the World Cup. And like last time, they are boring. They are boring every time they play. So I just don't understand how a team like this is going to grind out a result. Think about Uruguay. Uruguay is torture to watch, but they are extremely compact, extremely organized, and they do it well. I think they would beat France too. I just think that France will win on 1-0 results continuously, or not. But I just can't stand watching them, and it's frustrating when they have no reason to be playing the way that they are.
How far do you think France get into the tournament then, mate?
Well, my hope is that they're out next round. And I really do think that they'll play Argentina. And I think that little comment that they made saying we would rather play Argentina than Croatia, I agree with that, but I wouldn't say it because I think that Messi is incredible. He is just in a terrible situation with the Argentinian team. And I think that the media kills them. I think it's been tough. But the fact that they've now been counted out of the tournament, I think will work to their advantage. So I really think France is going to have trouble going forward. I do. Granted, I bet on them before the tournament, but I regret it every single day. So,
what would you say? Obviously, we've seen a lot of changes for France today. What would you say France is? Can you give me your best starting lineup for France? Who do you think is? Because I don't think Deschamps knows either who his best starting lineup is. Do you have a clear best starting lineup?
No, I think I would start Griezmann, Pogba. Yep. Let me open the team to make sure I don't miss anyone.
Yeah, that's good. Just go run through it, mate.
Hold on. All right, so lineups. All right, so obviously I like Dembele, I like Griezmann, Conte, Pogba. Trying to see on his thing. I would put Griezmann up front, and I would remove Giroud from the team. I think that
Oh, I
the
wouldn't do
problem
that.
having Giroud play up front is causing them to slow down the team. I don't like that.
Mate, I
think
disagree with you, mate. I think because I think in the first game against Australia, they I watched it, and basically they were saying the same amount of boredom was involved in watching France play. There was as poor creatively. It's just that my criticism was of them. Every time they got it out wide, right, and they had an opportunity to put the ball into the box, they didn't because they had no one in the box. I think that big man, little man dynamic with Giroud and Griezmann gives you not only pacing behind with Griezmann, but a target man to put the ball into the box to, you know?
agree, but I think Mbappe up front is more valuable than Giroud up front. So to me, I sit there and I say, if you have Mbappe up front, you have Griezmann right behind him, you have Pogba and Conte behind them, you have Lamar and Dembele on both sides.
Would you not
I
have it?
think
Yeah, oh, yeah, that does make sense,
I
yeah.
think you have the speed and talent in that team that, like, save the long ball for the 70th minute if you're still at 0-0.
Yeah.
But the talent on the team should be able to break down any defense out there. And we've already seen defenses have not been that good. It's not like you're playing Germany till the later rounds anyway. That's probably a team you worry about the defense and them hitting you back on the counter. But a team that's talented, right? Mexico ground out that result against Germany. It was extremely impressive. I think if France played the way that they could play, I don't think that would have been the case against a team like that. I think the problem is when you have Giroud in a team like this and you don't have Mbappe and all they have is, you know what's coming. You know that they're going to target them through the crosses, but it's like, wouldn't you expect them to be taking it in from the left, from the right, quick passing, quick shots? I don't really think that they have a game plan. I think that they have a different starting team every time. And I think this idiot is still trying to figure out who his best 11 is. And we're already three games into the World Cup.
It reminds me of Roy Hodgson for England 2 years ago, because like he went in and he had no idea what tactics he was going to play, what his best 11 was, and it just Deschamps reminds me of him. He's an absolute fool, and like I said, he played Blaise Matuidi in the left wing the other day against Peru. You cannot tell me that Martial is a weaker left winger than Matuidi. Never in a million years. So yeah, like you say, he's an absolute fool in charge, isn't he?
Yeah, but to your point, right, I don't actually blame them anymore for not bringing Martial. Because the way that this idiot is playing and the way he's lined up this team, Martial would be terrible in it. Because he doesn't need to be there. Because all he would be doing is hoofing balls into, as Harry Ballbag said, the French Peter Crouch, which I agree with. Because it really is the French Peter Crouch. There's nothing about this team that's exciting. Brazil, terrible result the first time. They came back and you saw what it meant to them. I just genuinely can't stand the way that they've handled the media, the way that this team thinks and looks like they're better than everyone else. I don't feel that there's a single leader in the team. And I think that there's going to be problems when they face real talent, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because if they finish first in this group and Argentina finish second, we'll have to wait and see tonight, but I think that's the way it's going to go. Then obviously you'll get France, Argentina in the next game. If they play them, like you say, do you really think that Argentina would beat France?
Yes. I think that the problem is people discounted Argentina. So, and they should have. They played terribly.
Yeah.
But the problem is it's always been based on the singular comparison of Messi and Ronaldo. And you can't compare the two. Ronaldo is better. End of story. That's it. But with that being the case, people forget that Messi is still Messi. He is incredible. And the difference is a player like that can win a game for any team. So I do think that they will come out with a different lineup. I think they'll start Dybala with Messi. I think they will figure out a way to unlock him better. And again, France, they're arrogant. And they're arrogant for no reason. It's not like they're good. They haven't won a game like England. You know what? I'm not saying every England fan should be overexcited. But if I was, and I am rooting for them in this tournament, it's exciting to see two games that they've had. They look unbelievable, right? They look like they have a cohesive unit together. And it looks like Southgate, who everyone thought was an idiot, picked people solely based on merit and has actually managed to put together probably the most exciting England team in a little bit. And they look like a team. And a team wins the World Cup, not a player. So Ronaldo is a player in a bigger team. They don't all play to Ronaldo. He sits there and tries to make Portugal better. I don't know that France has any logic onto what they're doing. And, like, I think you see it exposed in games like this. When Denmark is a little bit better than Peru and Australia. So you see it, and you see the things that maybe is coming in the future, and I just don't see France being able to contend with that.
Good, mate. Well, decent to get you on, mate. I'd agree with you. Obviously, at half-time, it's difficult for me because I'll just repeat the exact same thing as I always say. So it's good to get people like Jared on. So I appreciate you coming on, mate. If you had to predict, give me a prediction for both games now coming up into the second half.
1-1 in the other game and 1-0 France in this game.
That's such a boring outcome, isn't it?
Yeah, and if it goes to 2-0 France, it's going to be one goal in like the 83rd minute and then another goal in like the 94th minute. Like that's the type of team that they are, I find.
Oh, that's a little bit like Brazil the other day, wasn't it? Against who was it? Against Costa Rica. But yeah, no. Cheers, mate, for coming on, and let's hope it doesn't happen that way. Let's hope France win and Australia batter Peru 4-1. That's what I'm going for, mate. I
hope so, for your sake.
Yeah, mate.
You have 7 teams you're a fan of now, so you're going to have to make a list eventually.
I just bloody fell in love with Australia in that game against France because they were so resilient and passionate. I don't know. I just rated it.
It's been an unbelievable World Cup. I think even from a neutral fan, you could just look at this. You're like, it's overly exciting this year. Yeah. So it's been great. Yeah, I think.
All right, mate. Cheers to get you on, pal, and I'll speak to you soon. I'll see you in the comments as well.
Stay well. Thanks.
Cheers, mate. Ciao. What a guy. What a man. Love that guy. Absolutely love him. Just a great guy, isn't he? Good to get Jared on, mate. Cheers for coming on, pal. Guys, second half is about to start. 275 of you watching. We're trying to hit 39,400 subscribers in this stream. That would mean 41. That would need 41 of you to subscribe. Now, I don't know why we're not getting as many people watching with me as I used to, which is odd because I was averaging like 350 people watching at one point. But that's just the case. That's the cards I've been dealt. So, yeah, guys, like the video, get involved, and get subscribing, most importantly, because we are here for every single World Cup game. So, obviously, this game, I'm covering both games, but in the next, at 7 p.m. tonight, Mark and me will be doing separate streams for separate games, so we can actually properly watch each game separately. So, yeah, get involved, lads. We've got you covered throughout the whole World Cup. And we have kicked off. We've kicked off in this Denmark versus France second half. I'm hoping for a France win, to be honest. And I'm hoping, more importantly, for an Australia win. Because if it stays the same in this Australia-Peru game, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant what happens in this game because France top the group and Denmark go through as well. So I'm just hoping for a France win, lads, with a Australia win. Some people have work or school, so it's not that bad, Sander. Oh, actually, yeah, I've never bloody thought of that, you know? Yeah, but then again, Mark gets like a good 1,000 people watching at one, but, you know, that's the way it is. How the flipping hell is it already 5 o'clock here? I've just woken up. Oh, God. I make love to you if you want me to. And I hold you tight, baby, all through the night. I'll make love to you if you want me. Oh, shit. And I'll hold you tight, baby, all through the night. Now. Come on, lads, let's get this stream back up and running. I had a boring I wasn't so energetic in the first half, but can we get the energy levels back up and running, lads? Let's get singing, let's get bantering, let's get excited. Yes, that hasn't been a great game. Yes, the result hasn't necessarily gone my way, but it doesn't matter. We can still get up and running, we can still get excited, and yeah, God stop that. Hell yeah, son, at least the Spanish Justin Bieber. Look, lads, at the end of the day, I'm very good at singing, all right? I'm very good at singing, so, you know, deal with it. Let's get involved, lads. Get involved. We've kicked off an Australia-Peru game as well. Ball into the box. That's a pen, ref. Is it not? Pulled his shirt, apparently. So it's a free kick, Denmark. I think France are scraping through because they are saving energy for the later rounds because they are in a weak pool. That would be very, I know, it would be very interesting, wouldn't it, if that was the theory, but, you know. I agree with everything Jared said, to be honest. I don't really rate him. Can you actually imagine if I went on Britain's Got Talent or X Factor? You guys would all vote for me, wouldn't you? You'd all vote for me. I've just been called a slag in the car. I've never been called a slag before. I've been called everything else, but never a slag. Who needs energy when you don't do anything for 90 minutes? What do you mean, mate? It's a good little run there by Denmark, but it's foul, taken down, free kick here. France are a group of individuals. France are a group of individuals, not a team of players playing for the collective goal. Yes, mate. Sign up for the golden buzzer all the way. Oh my god. I would smash that. You guys know I would deserve the golden buzzer. The golden buzzer. I would be on that. I would be on that. This French team just passes the ball around doing nothing. Mate, I don't like this French team, like you say, Jared. I agree with you, mate. Lads, we need 40 of you to subscribe. I'm embarrassed. We need 39,400 subscribers this stream, lads. Let's get it going. So hot. Let me turn the air conditioning on, lads. All these computers, they bloody make, they just produce so much heat, and it's just so bloody knackering. It's just so hot. I'll make love to you. To think England has a better goal difference than France is unthinkable. Well, not really. Well, yeah, sort of, I guess. England's opposition has been weaker than France's, but not by far. And if you look at France's quality, it's far superior than England's. Aussie just had a shot on goal but missed. France versus Spain, imagine the boredom. That would be a good game, I reckon, France versus Spain. Like, share, and subscribe. Lads, get likes. Yeah, I'm not going to repeat myself, but yes, like, share, and subscribe indeed, mate. Oh, God. Yeah, I guess we're I guess. Peru coming forward here. Shit. Peru are winning 2-0, lads. Nightmare. For Australia. Well, now it's Denmark and France going through, isn't it? So, Denmark, France going through. Bit boring now, isn't it? Now I've got to rate. Now I've got to go for a Denmark. Now I want a Denmark win, right? Because if Australia can't go through, I'd quite like Denmark to win in order to see Denmark top the group. That would be interesting then. Tell you what, that was a bloody good goal as well. That was a bloody good goal. That Peruvian goal. There aren't enough stakes in this England-Belgium game. No, poor Australia can't get the dodgy PK all the time. Australia cannot put 3 past Peru. That just simply cannot happen. They're not that good. They are not that good. sake. Ah. Come on, Denmark. What are you guys saying in the comments? Australia not being clinical has cost them big time, mate. They could have been... Yeah, that could have been... Let me just message Mark. I'm just... Yeah, no, that could have been big, wouldn't it? If Australia would have won that game, I would have been so happy. I would have been so happy, and then it would have been all over to France to win this game. It would have been so excited, but look, Peru smashed that game. They've had 2 good goals, to be fair to them, and at the end of the day, there's nothing Australia can do. I don't see Australia putting 3 past Peru, mate. Guys, get in the comments. What do you guys think? Do you think Australia can put 3 past Peru? Oh, I doubt it, to be honest. I doubt it, but, you know. So free kick there for Eriksson. Hit the goalkeeper. It wasn't close, but it was an opportunity. It was a chance. But Steve Mandanda spilled it, and Denmark almost with the follow-up. Look, now, at the end of the day, now, Tim Cahill's coming on for Australia. I don't see Australia winning. Australia and Peru will pretty much both go out. I just want Denmark to top this group now and beat France because, like you say, like Jared said earlier, not a big fan of France, to be honest. And, you know, I would like to see Denmark top this group. And then it'll be Denmark-Argentina if my sort of prediction goes to plan. And then you'll see, you know, another underdog go through to the quarterfinals, which will be interesting. Signed Australia will make a comeback. I don't see how they can get 3 goals in half an hour against Peru. I don't see it happening. They're not that good. They're not that good, Australia. Defensively, they're all right, but they're not good enough to put 3 past Peru, to be honest. Peru performed brilliantly to not qualify. They were close in every game. Sadly, they are going home. Don't care about Australia. I'm the opposite, mate. To be honest. I care about Australia. I think they played quite well against Denmark and very well against France. I think they were unlucky to go out, but so it is. Ben Johnson said, this game is slowly destroying my soul. Is Australia winning? Unfortunately not, mate. Australia are 2-0 down against Peru, meaning that, if it stays the same, they are going to be crashing out of the tournament, which is very, very sad to see, to be honest with you. I just love this Australia side, and I would have loved them to be the underdog to shock the World Cup, but they're not. They can't come back from 2-0 down against Peru. They can't do it. And Denmark, look, it doesn't look like France are going to... It's not a certainty that France are going to beat Denmark, so... You know. That's a foul, isn't it? Australia is so bad. This is the only community that is so understanding about every opinion, and that's what makes it get followers like us who show love, mate. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. Although I'm actually, my numbers recently have been absolutely awful, and I'm quite upset about it. But you got to persist, don't you? You got to persist, and yeah. Thanks, Edvesh, for your comment. You know, it's a fantastic community that we're building here, and I do appreciate everyone that is getting involved. But Mark's back must be hurting because he is carrying me. Australia got a corner. It's a goal mouth scramble, but they get rid of Peru. France are the best team in the World Cup. France have got the best team on paper in the World Cup, I'd say, or one of them at least, along with maybe Brazil and Germany. But and Spain, and especially France's depth as well. France's depth has been unbelievable. But their manager is just a fool, isn't he? The manager's a fool. Ah, lads. Oops. Pancake is getting emotional. The banter in your streams is way more fun. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. France purposely wasting their fans' money travelling to watch the game. Dead rubber, like the dead spirit. Yeah. Put it this way, lads. It's not been the most entertaining of games, to say the least, to be honest with you. It's not been a fantastic game whatsoever, Denmark, France. Peru, Australia has been decent, although it hasn't necessarily gone my way, unfortunately. But, yeah, the Denmark Denmark's not been good, has it? Denmark, France haven't been good. What time in India, Pancaj? Right, I need to watch this game a little bit. But it's just so boring. France is just knocking it about, doing nothing. Why can't they, like... I've got to watch this game and put out service for you guys. That's why I've been looking this way more, because I've been watching the Peru-Australia game more. But this Denmark-France game has been awful. Awful. It's just been such a slow burner. They're making a change here. Sisto's coming off. He's not done a lot. He's a man that I said watch out for, and he sort of mugged me off a little bit. He's not done a lot whatsoever, and Fischer's coming on here. Yeah, Sisto, he's just been poor, isn't he? I remember Denmark versus Peru when we were talking about Sisto and Sisto versus Carrillo, and Carrillo beat him in that game performance-wise, but Sisto's just been awful for Denmark. I hope France get knocked out in the next round, to be honest, like Jared, because I don't want to sit through another one of their games. I want to watch teams that are interesting to watch, and they haven't been attacking whatsoever, and it's just it's so boring to watch this France team, man. So boring. I'm going home now to see what you guys have been doing. You guys missed it. Sana just had exclusive interview with VAR. Did I? What? I think there's a chance there for Australia that I missed. Ah, Jesus. USA beat a decent team recently in a friendly, wasn't it? France. Sander, you have a big chest recent. But half an hour left of these two games, lads, and Jesus Christ, the only thing keeping me interested is well, you guys in the comments, really, because it's not been a fantastic watch, has it? I mean, the Peru-Denmark game has been interesting, but like I said, it's not gone my way. Denmark-France has been an absolute bore. It's been so boring. Sander, which team you want to see get eliminated the most after France in the knockout stages? Just any of the big teams, mate. I want to see the smaller teams do well. So Brazil, Germany. Obviously, apparently, I think if my predictions are correct, they will play each other. So one of them will be out if they meet each other in the round of 16, of course. And then Spain will be nice to go out. I'd like to see Portugal go far. But, you know, any of the big teams, to be honest. Argentina, if they make it. Brazil. Australia can intimidate Japan and other Asian countries, but they come up short against European teams, mate. Yeah, they've not been fantastic ever. Since that first game against France, they've really tailed off. They weren't great against Peru, against Denmark, and they've been battered by Peru today. Peace out, Marcus. See you later. See you in a bit, Marcus, mate. See you in a bit. So I know Mark wants Portugal to go far because of Ronaldo. Fair enough. I just want Portugal. Well, probably actually for the same reason, if I'm honest. I think Portugal are an underdog, and I'd quite like Ronaldo to win a Euros and a World Cup consecutively, and just shut everyone up about the whole Ronaldo Messi thing. I think it'd be brilliant. Also, don't want France to lose this. France could beat Croatia the way they play, but they could definitely lose to Argentina. I don't know how that logic works, to be honest with you, mate. But it's just been a borer. It's been an absolute borer, this game, hasn't it? Well, it's not. Well, this Denmark-France game has. This Australia-Peru game being a bit better. So the game is just something for us to talk about, the banter. That's what we're here for. It's not why I'm here, mate. This is a football channel, and we've got to be talking about the games a lot. Am I the only one who wants Portugal to go far because of their fighting spirit, which is very rare these days? Yeah, I think so. Well, you're not the only one. I think a lot of us want Portugal to go far. They won't. I doubt they'll win it, but I would like them to be honest. I would like them to win it. Do players get wages for playing international football? I think so. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Oh, no. My dad's emailed me forwarded me an email from my school, which the subject of the email is just reports. Oh, no, I'm just not going to check it. I'm in a bad mood anyway. I'm not going to check it until after the stream. Oh, I've got an itchy leg now. About 25 minutes of this left of this game now, lads. So if Portugal win the World Cup, that does not change that Messi is better. I think it does, actually. I think it does, to be honest. I think if Portugal win the World Cup, you've seen Ronaldo single-handedly drag a far weaker team in Portugal than Messi is for Argentina. Argentina, with the squad they've got, they should at least... If Portugal can win the Euros, Argentina can win the World Cup with the squad they've got. But they've not. Messi just doesn't turn up. It's such a rollercoaster ride with this channel with me, because like I'm so we'll smash it one day and I'll be really happy with my sort of performance, if you will, and stream, and we'll have an amazing stream and it will be fantastic and all good and I'm happy. And then the next day we'll just like be hovering on 250 viewers and I'll be so disappointed in myself and like wondering what's going wrong and things like that, you know. Sometimes, yeah. Messi is greedy and plays for himself. That's the thing. That's where I think Argentina go wrong, to be honest with you, mate. I personally think where Argentina go wrong, they all try so hard to get it into Messi, the ball, and then when they get it to Messi, all Messi does with it is try and dribble through the whole of the opposition, which clearly doesn't work. And so they just ignore the players around him. I think Messi just doesn't trust his players around him and they don't work well as a team. It's all just, let's get to Messi and then see how it goes. When there might be a perfectly good other option on the other side of the pitch, but they ignore that just to get the ball to Messi, which doesn't work. How we doing, Megs? How you doing? So, do you and Mark agree on everything? Oh, clearly not, mate. Clearly not. And I don't think anyone agrees on everything. It's been a slow burner, isn't it, Aaron? It has been. It has been a slow burner, to be honest. Still 2-0 in the Australia-Peru game. And it is still 0-0 in this game, as you can see on the screen. Jared says, I've never seen such a weak mentality before. It's basically let's all be children on social media, but bore the shite out of our fans at the World Cup for hours. Yeah, it's been awful, hasn't it? It's been an absolutely dreadful game by France, and I really don't like this France team to watch. Like you say, Jared, they're all bigging it up. That's actually all right, you know. They're all bigging it up on bloody social media, wanking each other off, going, yeah, dancing, we're winning, and all that sort of stuff. But, mate, at the end of the day, when you get on the pitch, you put everyone to sleep. Wake up, put a good performance in, mate. You narrowly beat Australia, you narrowly beat Peru, and now you're 70 minutes into the game and drawing against Denmark. You're so poor. Fekir is coming on for Griezmann. You can sort it out, mate. I'm bored of it. I'm bored of this bloody French team and their absolute arrogance. They're so arrogant. They think they're the dogs, because they are. But I don't know whether it's their manager, whether it's his players' mentality. I don't know what it is. But something's going wrong with this French team. It's boring to watch. Sort yourself out. You've got one of the best squads in the whole tournament, and you struggle to beat Australia, Peru and Denmark. Bore off, mate. Absolutely just bore off. Bore off. I can't be arsed of it. It's just boring. It's boring to watch. You've got so much quality in that side. This team would smash, on paper, the Premier League and any other league in the whole world. But all you do, right, is you faff about on social media. Antoine Griezmann, his heart is clearly not in it. His heart is selfish. He's a self-centered, egotistical wanker who only cares about himself and about his own performances. He doesn't care about the national team. Neither does any of this other French side, or does that fool in charge of the team. They're an absolute bunch of mugs, mate. They're boring. I've had enough of sitting through France, watching them put me to sleep whilst worrying about how many of you guys are getting involved. I can't be arsed of it. Australia's not going my way, so I'm pissed off as well. Australia deserved to beat them if it wasn't for I don't want to swear, but bloody VAR, right? It's absolutely ridiculous. Denmark, they're not a good side whatsoever, Denmark, and somehow you've managed to get 70 minutes into the game of 0-0. Do I have to read you the flipping squad out? Do I have to read you the bloody French squad out? I will do it now for you, lads. It's an absolutely ridiculous squad that you've got. You got Antoine Griezmann, Lemar, Olivier Giroud, Ousmane Dembele, who went for 130 million, Kylian Mbappe, who went for upwards of 100 million, Raphael Varane, one of the best young centre-backs in European football, Sidibe is one of the best right-backs in European football, N'Golo Kante, who's absolutely unbelievable, Hugo Lloris, Umtiti, Paul Pogba, one of the world's most expensive players at the time, Nabil Fekir, Tovan, Mendy, Blaise Matuidi, right? How the hell are you performing so poorly in a game that you should so easily be winning? And it's not just this game. It's games against Australia, games against Peru. They should be absolutely smashing these teams, and they're mugging us off. They're mugs themselves, but they're absolutely mugging everyone who's watching them play. Because all they care about is dancing and prancing about on social media and not putting in a good performance for fans across the world. And more importantly, the French fans who've travelled to Russia, these French players are not asked about putting in a good performance in for them. It's absolutely ridiculous. I can't be asked for it. You've put me through 71 minutes of absolute dog shit, right? And I've had enough of it. It had to be said. It had to be said. All you guys, I don't care if you guys say Sander chill or not. You try sitting through 3 games of France when they're putting you to absolute sleep. You can piss off. Antoine Griezmann, you should never be able to allow to touch a football again in your whole life. You're the biggest mug in European football, mate. I hate him. And all these players dancing and prancing about. You could do that if you're playing well, but don't celebrate a narrow 2-1 win against Australia by dancing about on social media. You should beat Australia comfortably about 4-0, mate. Never should you draw, never should you just beat Australia 2-1 on the basis of a VAR decision. Never. You shouldn't be happy with that. You should be angry with yourselves. Likewise with the Peru game. It's an absolute joke. It's an absolute joke. And if Deschamps isn't sacked after this, World Cup, the French Federation have really got to do. Someone's got to sack someone at the French Federation because they are doing something wrong. This Deschamps lads played fucking Blaise Matuidi on the left wing. He played Blaise Matuidi on the left wing and left Anthony Martial at home. You cannot tell me that he deserves to be that French manager. As you say, he is going to absolutely ruin this amazing generation of French talent. He bottled the European Cup final and he's going to bottle this World Cup as well. Yeah, he might get through the group. Yeah, he might get to the quarterfinals, but it's been the style of play and the ridiculous bore and snore fest that they've put on for the whole world to see. It's absolutely ridiculous, mate. I've had a flip enough of it. Sorry if I swore in that, but I can't be arsed of it, mate. I cannot be arsed of it, to be honest with you. Jared says, Sander, I see my frustration inflected you. Mate, it's an absolute joke the way that France have gone about this World Cup. I've read you guys out the team lineup, but with the quality that they've got, they should be putting Peru, Australia and Denmark to bed like that. Like it's nobody business. They should be dancing and prancing around on the field, not off the field. That's what they should be doing. But no, they're making Denmark, Australia and Peru look like they're the best thing since flipping sliced bread. They're bloody not, mate. I tell you that much. They're not the best thing since sliced bread. Peru, Australia and Denmark are all a bunch of mugs. But France are a fucking bigger bunch of mugs, mate. As Anver said, Matuidi on the left wing. My nan would play better there. Mate, you can play better with 10 men than Matuidi on the left wing. He's a central midfielder. Deschamps, do you not see that, you cretin? How have you left Anthony Martial at home when you and then have the nerve to put Blaise Matuidi on the left wing? Sort it out, French Federation, you bunch of idiots. You bunch of idiots. Absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. I can't be arsed of it. Maybe I'm just a bit annoyed because, you know, I'm not in the best of moods and Australia aren't winning and that sort of thing. But at the end of the day, piss. The fact that it's 75 minutes into the game, Denmark versus France, and France have put on that. They've put on that. What the hell have I just watched for the last 75 minutes? Because Jesus Christmas, it's poor. So poor. They've got, on the paper, one of the best squads in the whole of the World Cup. But what do they put on? A shit show is what they put on. An absolute garbage performance in each single one games they've played. Jared says, I just can't tell you how much Sander is basically screaming exactly what I'm thinking right now. That's why I ranted at half-time. It's a joke, mate. Guys, get in the comments. Do you guys agree with me or disagree? I want to know what you guys think. These streams are all about you. Do you guys agree with me or disagree with me? Because I had it up to here with France, and now it's gone fucking straight up to there, to be honest with you, mate. I've had enough of it. Sorry about my swearing, lads, but I cannot be arsed to sit through another absolute snore fest of France. They've got me, pushed me over the edge, if I'm honest with you, lads. They've pushed me over the edge. Congratulations, Simon. The last 10 minutes have been more enjoyable than the whole freaking match. It's been so boring. They're just awful. Absolute, and I don't know what it is. Whether it's due to the mentality in the team, whether it's down to the absolute bloody clown and mug in charge. I don't know what it is. The French Federation, something's going wrong there. Because the quality that this French side have, there is no way in a million years they should be putting in the performances they have and the results that they have. It is absolute. It's a farce, to be honest with you, mate. A farce. Sandy said everything I was thinking. Best rant at the World Cup. It had to be said. It had to be bloody said, didn't it? So on a switch off the France match as well, mate. Listening to Donald's speech better. Mate, flipping watching staring at that candle for the next hour and a half is more interesting than watching France play, mate. They're absolutely boring. Since when is it more interesting to watch England play than France? And I tell you what, mate, 2018 World Cup in Russia. Absolute bore fest, mate. Absolute bore fest. Both teams are clearly playing for a draw. If they're playing for a draw, they should be beheaded. Oh, I'm not going to go there. I was going to say beheaded. I sometimes get a little bit radical and I go a little bit over the top. But it's awful. Watch Peru then. I've got the Peru game going on, but I want Australia to do well, so that sounds painful watching that game. Do you know what I mean? So I'm about to have a heart attack, mate. Do you guys agree with me or not? Because Jesus Christ, do you guys agree with me or not? Because am I being ridiculously, outrageously over the top, or do you guys agree with me? I know Jared agrees with me, but it had to be said. It had to be bloody said. I think Pogba was destroyed by Deschamps, not Mourinho in my opinion. Deschamps destroyed flipping Martial in the Euro 2016. He destroyed Martial. He brought him after an unbelievable, but my voice keeps squeaking. He brought him to the tournament and didn't play him anywhere near as he should. Anywhere near as he should. He destroyed him. Then he came back and had a poor season with United. Yes, Mourinho's not been great with Martial, but Deschamps has been equally as bad, if not worse. Daniel Rollins says, Sana's rap made me dislike the video, a lack of respect for us and we're completely ridiculous. Unless I'm telling you all that you're all a bunch of wankers, there's no disrespect there, mate, because I think I've been perfectly reasonable. And if you disagree with my opinion, that's fair enough. Fair enough. That's why I'm asking you if you guys agree with me. Don't dislike the video for that, mate. Daniel, I love you in the comments, mate, but Jesus Christ. England is better, yeah. Jose destroyed him. All right, they both had a part to play. Martial was only 16 years. Everyone's agreeing with me in the comments, lads. Everyone's agreeing with me in the comments. Lads, I think that's... look, I've had more fun talking about that in the last 10 minutes than I have about flipping watching France play, because it's the most boring thing I've ever watched in my whole entire life. How is Deschamps even allowed into this World Cup? That's from Bio. Thanks, Bio, for your notification, for your donation, mate. I massively appreciate it. It's just as Snow Gaming says, France are trash. France are trash. Absolute trash. If you guys don't agree with me, that's fine. And the reason I'm so animated about it is because, one, I'm a passionate guy. But two, I've had to... You don't understand. I have to... You guys... Oh, it's not a great game. Switch it off. Don't worry about it. Me, I have to sit through the games regardless because I've started to watch long. And when I'm watching this game and France are putting me to sleep, I had enough. I had enough. Marshall must be watching this dross in amazement, yeah. Sonny, right about France, they are a circus team of wackos. Innit? They should be, like I keep saying, they dance and prance around off the field, right? They dance and prance around off the field celebrating a 2-1 win against Australia off a dodgy VAR decision. They should be dancing and prancing around on the field because the quality of team they're playing against is nowhere near the quality of this French national side. The fact that they're making it even a competition at this point is ridiculous. There should no way. All right, Denmark have got Christian Eriksen and Andreas Christensen in defence. But what I'm seeing on the... If you look at the TV now, if you're synced up with me, you see the fans. And this is what the fans are doing. Bored... out of their absolute nuts, mate. Bored, senseless. The fact that yes, Denmark are an okay side, right? And fair enough. But look what, they're flipping walking on the pitch. You're walking on the field. They are walking about as if, don't worry about it. We'll Cigar, we're both going through, mate. You knock it about, we'll knock it about. See how it goes, mate. You know what I mean? What are you doing? Literally walking about on the pitch. Does my head in. Does my head in. Joke, innit? Absolute joke. Absolute joke. That's me boiled over the edge. That's me boiled over the edge. Are they getting booed? Oh, fuck, if they get in the boot. This is such a joke. Love that they are getting booed. Mate, if France deserve to flares on the pitch, a pig's head, like with Luis Figo, maybe not that much, but they deserve to be booed at least, because yes, they might go through in, it's a results business, mate. It's a fucking group stage. It's the results business. Bollocks to that, mate. It's a performance business as well, because if you've got the quality that you have in that French side, there is no bloody way. No bloody way you should be narrowly beating Australia and Peru and drawing to flipping Denmark 82 minutes into the game. Never. Never. Yet crowd was booing. Bloody brilliant. You deserve, all of you bunch of mugs. You deserve, no one should boo their own player, it's disrespectful. Mate, alright, maybe not, but what you don't understand is they were just walking about on the pitch. These French fans have paid so much money, pulled money out of their arse, pulled a rabbit out of the hat in order to get to Russia and watch their team play. And what do France do? Knock it about. Oh, cigar, oh, this doesn't matter, mate. Oh, we are going through. We are going through. It doesn't matter. Piss off, mate. You don't understand what football means. You don't understand what it means to so many of these players, so many of these fans that have, like I said, pulled a rabbit out of the hat financially in order to get to Russia. Jesus Christ. Both teams aren't fooling me. It's crystal clear they both want second place in this group. Mate, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. I'm pretty sure that is illegal to do that. I feel sorry for France fans, yeah. Calm down now, they are doing it now. Don't bash or praise a team too much. Mate, I'll bash these teams way much, mate. Oh, does my head in, mate. Does my absolute head in. Glad if it's 0-0, get it out of the way. I've been in worse final was 0. Mate, honestly, the fact that it's 83, coming up to 84 minutes into the game, and it's 0-0, makes me physically sick. Makes me sick. That's a penalty, isn't it? Or not? He's let the play go on. It's still 2-0 in the Peru versus Australia game, lads. Still 2-0. Our United team and manager is the same, Sander. Maybe. Maybe, mate. But, look. Jesus Christ. I don't know. I just had to say that, lads. I had to say it. Lads, we're on 39,000 subscribers. Can we get 39,400? It'd be bloody brilliant if we could. First 0-0 and Deschamps delivers. Welcome, Mark. Mate, honestly, scroll back, honestly, about 15 minutes and then you can start to see my opinion because I've had enough of watching this absolute fool take care of this absolute... It's got a brilliant side and he's just ruining it. It's an absolute snore fest. Absolute snore fest. I've had enough of it, mate. I've had enough of it. I've had enough. So who's going through right now? France top the group with Denmark in second. Look, it wouldn't surprise me, as many of you have said. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they just sort of pissed around this game to try and get a draw and both go through. It wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't surprise me. There is absolutely no heart in this French team. All they care about is their image off the field. Could care less about the football. That's from Kenneth. I agree with you, mate. I agree with you, mate. They don't care. Look, the reason I've fallen in love with Australia is because they look like they care. They are so upset when they lose and they're so happy when they get a goal even. I don't see that from France. They're sort of farting about on the pitch with the arrogance, with a cigar in their mouth, acting like they're the dog's bollocks. And yes, they might have a fantastic side, but the performances they've put in since the start of the World Cup have been farcical. Farcical. Crowd is still booing. Crowd is booing. Mate, there you go. There you go. The crowd is bloody booing, mate. There you go. If you guys think I'm overreacting, I don't know how many thousands of France fans agree with me because you clearly are not watching the same game as I am. The World Cup is great to watch, the beautiful game. People like Deschamps absolutely ruin it. Jared, you're not wrong, mate. But what? Also, people are blaming Deschamps. But why? Look, if you're Deschamps thinking, oh, I'm not getting sacked here, fair enough. He's doing the best he can. It's not his fault, right? It's the French Federation's fault. Why the hell have they stuck with him after the Euros and now this? I don't get it. He's a fool, and it's there for everyone to see. How the French Federation have stuck with him, I don't know. They've acted like they won the World Cup already. They're so arrogant, mate. They're so arrogant. And now, and they'll finish this game. C'est la puissance, la puissance. Like dancing off the pitch and thinking they're all the bloody best things since sliced bread, the arrogant bastards. But they're not, mate. They're awful. Awful. I don't know why I just sang a French song. I don't know. But I'm just angry and pissed off and bored and hate this French team. And Mark, you can watch the French games, mate, because I can't be arsed. So annoyed. It's just so annoying, isn't it? So annoying. Passionate teams like Ireland and Australia, etc., play until the end. These just want money and money, no passion. It's true, isn't it? What really set me off was when they were just walking, when they were just fully walking. I don't see a team now in France that think, I really want to finish top of this group, or they finish the top of the group where they are, but surely you want to win every game that you play, and I don't see that determination from them. Not only that, not only in this game, but I don't see the determination from them in previous games as well. They just knock it about aimlessly. Scroll back to the first half. Could someone watch the first half and count how many times I said, France knocking it about now, just knocking it about? I said that so many times because they're just knocking it about pointlessly. Anyone would think you French signed, mate, such passion. I was just a football fan, and when I get mugged off, like the France team are just mugging every one of you off, mate. Everyone that sat down and watched the game, they're mugging you off. Anyway, it's still 2-0 in that Peru game against Australia. They're going out. Australia and Peru going out. Australia bottom of the group, 1 point. Peru top of the group, third with 3 points. Denmark 5 points. France 7 points. Well done. There are more boos. I rate these fans, mate. It's farcical, isn't it? Farcical. I was looking forward to this game after finishing work. Also, how the bloody hell was it almost 6 o'clock over here? It feels like I've just woken up. Well, guys, by the way, I am live. For the people that are joining, we haven't hit 39,400 because my numbers have been awful. So I do apologise to Mark for that. But yeah, no, we are live later. I'll be doing Iceland versus Croatia. Mark will be doing Nigeria versus Argentina. Yes, we have 2 streams running up at the same time. And yes, I will have about 3 viewers because everyone will join Mark for that game. But that's how it is, mate. And, I'll be live then. We're live with every single World Cup watch-along. So, for the next week or so, for these last group games, when it is 2 games at 3 p.m, 2 games at 7 p.m, I'll be here for both 3 p.m. games like I have been today. And then me and Mark will separate the 2 7 p.m. games. That's if Mark if that's the plan so far anyway. Do I rant to lure viewers? I don't rant to lure viewers, mate. I'm not going to do that. That's not the way I am. I just speak my mind, mate. And I got 70 minutes into the game and I was just so pissed off. So pissed off. And that's the bottom of it. That's the end of it. That's the be all and end all of it. Oh, Jesus Christ. I hate this France team so much. I hate this France team so much. Guys, sub please, need 14 more people. If you're new, click the red button. Do that, lads. I'm past the point of even thinking about that at this point. My blood is just boiled. And when you're angry and you've just gone on a rant and then you're just on the come down. That's just me at this point. Just on the calm down. The air conditioning's on too much. I'm flipping freezing. What a dull game. Time wasting now. Pathetic. These final games where teams just need a draw were almost the most likely to produce 0-0. Sad but true. However, Verratti joins and Pogba leaves. He's not quality. Pogba's not playing, mate. Pogba's not playing. And if anything, Pogba's been the bright spark in the French games. French fans paying €173 to watch such rubbish. Is that how much a ticket costs? €173? to these lads, that's pocket money. To some people, that's an absolute fortune. So it's ridiculous, mate. 2 minutes into the 3 minutes of stoppage time. Sooner it's over, the better. 2-0 in the other game still. Sanders is a stellar stream. Difficult when it's such a boring game, but really glad others have seen how shit this team is. It was awful. It was an awful stream for the first hour and 45 minutes, mate. But it's just picked up at the end, to be honest with you. Once I've just sort of woken up and realised this French team needs ranting about. It's got good, but you know. Worst game yet? No. Hairy ball bag. Don't even go there, mate. It's not worse than Uruguay, Saudi Arabia. Never. No, nothing will ever beat that, ball wise. Oh, Jesus Christ! What a fucking game! Just blow the whistle, ref. Blow the bloody whistle. Blow the flipping whistle. Deschamps is a fool. Yes! Come on! Full time! That's what I'm celebrating, full time. So I don't have to watch these bunch of French idiots piss around on the field again. Thanks, lads. I massively appreciate everyone that has joined me. It's still 2-0 in the Peru game. I presume that will stay the same. I am live later with Iceland versus Croatia, but Mark will also be live for Nigeria versus Argentina. So whichever one you want to watch, we're live here with every single World Cup game. So do get involved. France and Denmark go through. France top the group. Denmark finish second. Fair play. And cheers all for joining me. I'm sorry the first 70 minutes of that game was boring. You know, it's so difficult to produce an entertaining stream when the game is utter dog shit, right? It's so difficult to do, but, you know, it got good when we realised we could just rant about it, and fair play. So, cheers all for getting involved. Deschamps sucks. He does indeed. He sucks arseholes, mate. So, yeah, I probably shouldn't be swearing this much. I need to get off stream so I don't continue saying anything stupid because I'm angry. So, anyway, cheers all for joining me. I'll speak to you all soon. I'll be live about, 2 hours until the next stream. So, get a bit of rest, get a bit of food, take your chill pill. I'm definitely going to go and pop a few of them. And I'll speak to you all soon. Cheers all. And, yeah.